Okay, so imagine like programming life the same way you program a computer.
Yeah.
Like you need, let's say, a new perfume. No
Mhm.
problem, right? You just code a microbe and it just like whips up the perfect scent.
Wow.
That is the kind of mind-blowing potential of this whole field of synthetic biology.
Yeah.
And today we are diving deep into a company that is making, I'd say, massive waves in this field, Ginkgo Bioworks.
Okay.
You sent us some really fascinating articles, research on Ginkgo.
Right.
So let's unpack it.
Yeah.
What do they do? Why does it matter? All that good stuff.
I think what's so captivating about Ginkgo is they have this ambition to really make engineering biology as accessible as, let's say, building a website.
Hmm.
Empowering anyone to kind of harness the power of biology to solve problems.
Yeah, so Ginkgo, they call themselves the Organism Company, which, I mean, it sounds a little sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
But it does really capture, like, their essence, I think. Founded way back in 2008 by, a team of some pretty brilliant MIT scientists.
Yeah.
And they set out, I mean, with a pretty bold mission, which is to make biology easier to engineer.
And that mission really is at the heart of this synthetic biology revolution that we're seeing.
Yeah.
It's all about, designing and building these new biological systems or even modifying existing ones to address specific needs.
Mm-hmm.
And Ginkgo's approach to that is to create a platform that streamlines this whole process, makes it faster, more efficient, and I think crucially, makes it more predictable.
Yeah. So they built this, I mean, incredible three-pronged platform. Like
Right.
it's like something out of a futuristic lab.
Right.
First, they have these high-throughput foundries.
Right.
So forget, the images of scientists hunched over microscopes. Like,
Yeah.
picture this. Robots meticulously handling liquids, like armies of these incubators, just nurturing cells, bioreactors humming away, producing results at an incredible scale.
So these foundries are kind of Ginkgo's secret weapon.
Yeah.
They allow them to test thousands of designs simultaneously, accelerating the pace of discovery, right?
Yeah.
It's a world away from traditional, time-consuming research methods.
Yeah, it's like having this biological factory that operates with the precision and the speed of like a computer chip manufacturer.
Right.
But it doesn't stop there.
No.
Ginkgo also has this remarkable code base of reusable genetic parts. It's a vast, library of building blocks for life.
Yeah.
Think of it kind of like a catalog of pre-designed genetic components almost.
So instead of starting from scratch every time, scientists can select these kind of pre-built components and assemble them, almost like Lego bricks to create these new organisms. And this modular approach just saves an immense amount of time and really makes the entire engineering process more efficient.
Yeah, and then to top it off, they've woven in software, automation, and the power of machine learning. Ginkgo isn't just about biology, right? They are data-driven to the core.
Yeah.
They're crunching these massive data sets, optimizing processes, identifying the best solutions, all with the help of intelligent algorithms.
It's this really unique combination of that cutting-edge biology, automation, and data analysis that just makes Ginkgo so incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
But the question is, how do they turn all this incredible technology into a viable business?
Right.
And that's where their bioengineering as a service comes in, the BA model.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you're a company, right? And you want to create this plant-based burger that truly tastes like meat.
Okay.
Instead of spending, years and a fortune building your own bioengineering capabilities, you partner with Ginkgo.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Ginkgo utilizes its platform and all their expertise to engineer microbes that produce the specific flavors and textures that you desire.
Yeah.
Partners pay upfront research fees, and then, if the project hits certain milestones or leads to a successful product, then there might be, additional payments or royalties involved.
It's a brilliant strategy, right?
Yeah.
Because Ginkgo gets to maximize the use of their platform.
Right.
And then the partners get access to this game-changing technology without the heavy lifting of, building it themselves.
Exactly.
And this brings us to the exciting part. Ginkgo isn't just a one-trick pony.
Right.
They have this portfolio that's, it's as diverse as the possibilities of biology itself.
That's right, yeah. They're not limiting themselves to any single industry or application. For instance, they have Motif Foodworks. It's a spin-out that's really focused on developing plant-based foods that are tastier and more satisfying.
Okay.
And then you also have their collaboration with Bayer on Join Bio.
Right,
Yeah.
Join Bio.
So Join Bio is tackling this massive challenge in agriculture, which is creating microbes that help crops utilize nitrogen more efficiently.
Okay.
And it's a game changer for sustainability because it reduces reliance on these synthetic fertilizers, which we know pollute our environment.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to see a company with like such a bold vision,
Yeah,
but they're not operating in a vacuum, right?
right.
Ginkgo is a major player in this, rapidly growing field of synthetic biology, which means, they face competition.
Yeah, that's an important point, right? Companies like Amyris, Twist Bioscience, Novozymes, they're all kind of vying for a slice of this synthetic biology pie.
Yeah.
But Ginkgo really sets itself apart through its unique platform approach.
Yeah.
The vast code base of those, genetic building blocks.
Right.
And their strong emphasis on automation and machine learning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're building the infrastructure for a whole new era of biological innovation, a future where like engineering life is as commonplace as, like writing code or something.
Right, exactly.
And speaking of innovation, I'm really curious to learn more about Ginkgo's diverse portfolio.
Yeah.
You mentioned Motif Foodworks and their quest for like better tasting plant-based foods.
Right.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
So imagine, sinking your teeth into a plant-based burger that is like indistinguishable from the real deal.
Yeah.
Juicy, flavorful, has that like satisfying meaty texture.
Yeah.
That's what Motif is striving for, right?
Okay.
They're using Ginkgo's platform to engineer microbes that produce specific proteins and fats, the building blocks of taste and texture, to kind of elevate plant-based foods to a whole new level.
So they're not just like creating substitutes, right?
Right.
They're crafting like experiences that rival, traditional animal products.
Exactly.
Okay. And what about Join Bio and their work on nitrogen fixation? That sounds like a real game changer for sustainable agriculture.
Absolutely. Nitrogen is, essential for plant growth. But conventional fertilizers have this huge environmental footprint, right?
Yeah.
They contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, pollute waterways, deplete soil health.
Yeah.
So Join Bio is developing a much more sustainable alternative by engineering microbes that can live in the soil. And they convert atmospheric nitrogen into a form that plants can like readily absorb.
It's like giving crops their own like built-in fertilizer factories.
Exactly.
It's a brilliant example of how synthetic biology can be harnessed to create a more eco-friendly food system.
Right.
And it's not just about agriculture, right? Yeah. Ginkgo is also like making waves in healthcare, particularly with their work on cell therapy enhancements.
That's right. Yeah, they're using their platform to develop these next-generation cell therapies, particularly for cancer treatment. And one area they're focusing on is iPSC-derived cell therapies, which have the potential to, revolutionize how we fight cancer.
Okay, so iPSCs, those are induced pluripotent stem cells, right?
Yeah.
I remember reading about them.
Yeah.
But can you refresh my memory on why they're so like groundbreaking?
Sure. So imagine taking a cell from your skin and reprogramming it to become any other cell type in your body.
Wow.
That's the power of iPSCs.
Okay.
And so Ginkgo is engineering these cells to become, potent cancer-fighting agents, essentially creating personalized armies of immune cells
Yeah.
that can target and destroy tumors with incredible precision.
It's like having a custom-designed immune system tailored to fight your specific cancer. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But I imagine there are also like significant challenges in developing and deploying these therapies.
Oh, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. Engineering living cells is incredibly complex,
Yeah.
right? Biology is inherently unpredictable. And there are always risks involved, especially when you're working with something as intricate as the human body.
Yeah.
Ginkgo is pushing the boundaries of what's possible, but they're also proceeding with caution, you know, and
Yeah.
a deep respect for the complexity of life.
It's this delicate balance between like pushing innovation but also ensuring safety and ethical considerations.
Right.
And speaking of, challenges, what are some of the other hurdles that Ginkgo faces as a company?
Well, one challenge is simply the sheer scale and ambition of their undertaking.
Hmm.
They're aiming to revolutionize multiple industries, which requires this massive investment in research, infrastructure, talent.
Yeah.
And then there's also the regulatory landscape, which can be really complex and time-consuming to navigate, especially when you're dealing with genetically modified organisms.
It makes sense. Public perception and regulatory scrutiny are always part of the equation when you're dealing with these like cutting edge technologies.
Right.
And as we discussed earlier, like competition is fierce in the synthetic biology space.
Mhm.
So how is Ginkgo staying ahead of the curve?
Well, one way is through strategic acquisitions,
Okay.
like their purchase of Zymergen back in 2022.
Right.
Zymergen had developed its own kind of advanced automation platform,
Yeah.
which really complemented Ginkgo's existing capabilities.
Hmm.
So this acquisition not only bolstered Ginkgo's technological prowess, but it also eliminated a competitor, which solidified their position as a leader in the field.
It was a smart move that allowed them to like consolidate their strengths and expand their reach.
Yeah.
And speaking of expanding their reach,
Yeah.
what are some of the exciting developments and future plans we should be kind of watching out for?
Well, Ginkgo is, continually exploring new frontiers.
Yeah.
They're investing heavily in biosecurity initiatives,
Okay.
working with government agencies to develop tools for pathogen detection and pandemic preparedness.
Mm.
Their work in this area could be crucial in safeguarding public health in the face of, emerging infectious diseases.
It's reassuring to know that they're putting their expertise to use in addressing such like critical global challenges.
Yeah.
And beyond biosecurity, where else are they focusing their efforts?
So they're actively exploring new opportunities in therapeutics and healthcare,
Okay.
looking beyond cancer
Mhm.
to other diseases where cell therapies could offer, groundbreaking treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also deeply committed to sustainability, with a number of ongoing projects aimed at reducing carbon footprints and creating next-generation biomaterials.
It sounds like, Ginkgo is really firing on all cylinders here,
Yeah,
tackling, some of the world's most pressing challenges with the power of, biology.
right.
But, with such groundbreaking technology comes great responsibility.
Of course. Yeah.
Earlier, we touched on some of the ethical considerations surrounding, synthetic biology. Can you maybe elaborate on those a bit?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We're really venturing into uncharted territory here, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this ability to engineer life itself.
Yeah.
As we unlock these, really incredible capabilities, we really have to proceed with caution and a deep awareness of, the potential implications.
It's not just about like what we can do.
Right.
It's about what we should do.
Right. Exactly.
So how do we ensure that this technology is used for good?
Yeah.
That the benefits are shared equitably,
Yeah.
and that we avoid, unintended consequences.
Those are the crucial questions that we need to grapple with.
Yeah.
One key aspect is transparency.
Okay.
And Ginkgo has been, I think, commendable in their openness about their research and their willingness to engage in this public discourse.
Yeah.
About the implications of synthetic biology.
Yeah.
That kind of open dialogue, I think, is essential for building trust and ensuring, responsible innovation.
It's reassuring to see that they're not shying away from these difficult conversations.
Yeah.
They seem to understand that public perception and, ethical considerations are just as important as, scientific breakthroughs.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about Ginkgo, right?
Right.
It's about the entire field of synthetic biology.
Yeah.
I think as this technology matures, we need these really robust regulations and ethical frameworks
Mm-hmm.
to kind of guide its development and application.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that this pursuit of scientific advancement goes hand in hand with the deep respect for the sanctity of life and the well-being of our planet.
It's a delicate balancing act, but it's one that we must get right.
Yeah.
The future of synthetic biology and perhaps even, the future of humanity depends on it.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's a future filled with both this immense promise,
Mm-hmm.
but also potential peril.
Yeah.
And it's a future that we are all kind of shaping together through the choices that we make today.
Well said. So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive into Ginkgo Bioworks, I have one final question for you.
Yeah.
If you could like program life to solve any problem, what would it be?
Oh, that's a profound question.
Yeah.
I think I would focus on climate change.
Okay.
Imagine engineering microbes that could capture carbon from the atmosphere and convert it into valuable products,
Hmm.
or plants that could thrive in drought conditions and revitalize degraded ecosystems. I mean, the possibilities are truly breathtaking.
It's a vision of this future where nature and technology they work in harmony,
Yeah,
to create this healthier, more sustainable world.
right.
And it's a future that Ginkgo Bioworks is helping to build one organism at a time.
Yeah, and it's a future that we can all contribute to
Mm-hmm.
by staying informed, engaging in these thoughtful discussions,
Yeah.
and demanding that this powerful technology be used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Ginkgo Bioworks.
Oh, it's
We hope you found it as enlightening and thought-provoking as we did.
it's been a pleasure, yeah, exploring these complex and exciting topics with you.
Absolutely. And to our listener, we leave you with this. The power to shape the future is in our hands. Let's use it wisely.